Why do we age? The clock hidden inside every cell. Look at your hands. For a moment, really look at them. The skin, the fingerprints, the tiny lines that tell the story of your life. Now imagine looking at a photograph taken 10 years ago. Your face was different. Your hair, your skin, your body, even the person staring back at you somehow feels familiar and yet like a stranger. Every year, something changes. Slowly, silently, without asking your permission. We call it aging. It is one of the few experiences shared by every living human being, no matter where you were born, no matter how wealthy you become, no matter how advanced technology grows. Time leaves its mark on everyone. But why? Why do we grow older? Why doesn't the human body simply repair itself forever? After all, your body is already performing miracles every second. Right now, billions of cells inside you are dying, and billions of new ones are replacing them. Your skin constantly renews itself. Your blood is continuously replenished. Cells lining your intestines live only a matter of days before being replaced. Even your bones, which seem solid and permanent, are constantly rebuilding themselves. You are not the exact same biological person you were years ago. Your body is in a constant state of renewal. So why, if the body is always rebuilding, does it slowly begin to wear out? The answer begins with something so small you cannot see it with your own eyes. A single cell. Every human body contains roughly 37 trillion cells. Each one is like a tiny living city. It produces energy, repairs damage, communicates with neighboring cells, responds to its environment. And inside nearly every one of those cells lies an extraordinary molecule. DNA. Imagine a library containing every instruction needed to build and maintain a human being. How to grow a heart, how to create a neuron, how to repair skin after a cut, how to produce hormones, how to fight infection. All of that information is packed into DNA. If the DNA from one human cell could be stretched into a straight line, it would measure nearly 2 meters long. Yet somehow, it fits inside a microscopic nucleus. It is one of biology's greatest engineering achievements. Every time a cell divides, it must copy this enormous instruction manual, letter by letter, billions of times throughout your lifetime. The remarkable thing is how accurate this copying process is. It is not perfect, but it is astonishingly precise. Still, even extraordinary systems are not flawless. Imagine photocopying the same document over and over again, thousands of times, millions of times. Eventually, tiny imperfections begin appearing. Not because the machine is broken, because perfection becomes increasingly difficult over endless repetition. The human body faces a similar challenge. Cells divide throughout life. Most copies are incredibly accurate. Repair systems constantly search for mistakes. Specialized proteins patrol your DNA like skilled editors, finding damage, correcting errors, protecting your genetic instructions. For decades, this system works remarkably well. Then, very slowly, something begins changing. Perhaps the most famous clue to aging lies at the ends of your chromosomes. Tiny protective structures called telomeres. Imagine the plastic tips at the ends of a shoelace. Without those tips, the lace begins unraveling. Telomeres serve a somewhat similar protective role. Every time many cells divide, their telomeres gradually become shorter. Scientists often describe them as part of the biological clock inside our cells. This comparison is useful, but reality is more complicated. Telomeres are only one piece of a much larger puzzle. Some cells can maintain them more effectively than others. Certain enzymes help rebuild them in specific tissues. Researchers continue studying exactly how telomeres influence aging. But one thing is clear: the passage of time leaves measurable marks inside our cells. Then, there is another invisible force working quietly throughout your life: oxidative stress. Every second, your cells produce energy. Deep inside, structures called mitochondria, oxygen helps convert nutrients into usable fuel. Without mitochondria, life would be impossible. They are often called the power plants of the cell. But every power plant produces byproducts. During energy production, small amounts of highly reactive molecules are created. Scientists often refer to many of these as reactive oxygen species. In controlled amounts, they are not simply harmful. Some even help cells communicate. But when too many accumulate, they can contribute to damage affecting proteins, fats, and DNA. Fortunately, your body has an impressive defense system. Antioxidant enzymes constantly neutralize many of these reactive molecules. Repair systems fix damaged structures. Waste products are removed. Again, the body performs miracles in silence. Every second, every minute, for decades. Yet, just as rust slowly appears on metal exposed to weather, tiny forms of damage can gradually accumulate over time. Not because your body stops trying, because maintaining perfection forever is extraordinarily difficult. Think about a beautiful old wooden ship. Every year, pieces are repaired, boards are replaced, ropes are renewed, paint is restored. The ship remains seaworthy. But after many decades, maintaining it requires increasingly complex repairs. The human body faces a similar challenge. It is not simply growing older, it is constantly fighting against aging. Another fascinating mystery appears inside the proteins that make your body function. Proteins are the machines of life. Some transport oxygen, some build muscles, some send signals through the brain, others repair DNA itself. But proteins do not last forever. They become damaged, fold incorrectly, wear out. Fortunately, cells possess remarkable quality control systems. Damaged proteins are broken down, new ones are built. The cycle continues. Until, gradually, that maintenance becomes slightly less efficient. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just enough that small imperfections begin remaining behind. Then there are stem cells, some of the most extraordinary cells in the human body. Unlike ordinary cells, stem cells can develop into many different specialized cell types. They help repair tissues, replace damaged cells, support regeneration. Throughout youth, these repair teams work tirelessly. But as the years pass, their activity may gradually change. Scientists continue investigating why. The answer likely involves genetics, cellular signals, the surrounding environment, and many other factors working together. There is no single aging switch. There are hundreds, perhaps thousands, all interacting simultaneously. This is why aging has proven so difficult to understand. It is not one disease, not one failure, not one broken system. It is the combined effect of countless biological processes unfolding over time. Imagine a magnificent orchestra performing a symphony. Every musician plays perfectly. Every instrument remains in harmony. Now imagine, very slowly, one violin drifts slightly out of tune. Then a trumpet. Then a piano key begins sticking. The music continues, still beautiful, but subtly different. That is aging. Not one catastrophic event, but countless tiny changes accumulating across an entire lifetime. For generations, people believed aging was simply unavoidable, an unchangeable law of nature. Today, science paints a far more interesting picture. Researchers now understand that aging is influenced by many interacting biological processes. Some are shaped by genetics, others by environment, nutrition, sleep, physical activity, exposure to sunlight, stress, and countless factors we are only beginning to understand. Your biological age may not always match the number of birthdays you've celebrated. The choices you make today become part of the story your cells tell tomorrow. But perhaps the greatest surprise is this: damaged DNA, shortened telomeres, oxidative stress, changing stem cells. None of these alone explain why we grow old, because something even stranger is happening. Your body still remembers how to repair itself. It simply becomes less efficient at doing so. Almost as though the instruction manual remains, but some of the repair crews begin arriving later. Others become fewer in number. Some messages are missed. Some repairs are delayed. And slowly, almost invisibly, the balance between damage and repair begins to change. The human body is still fighting, still rebuilding, still protecting you every single day. But after decades of extraordinary work, Even the greatest repair system begins showing signs of time. The real mystery of aging is not that damage exists. Damage has always existed. The real mystery is why the body gradually loses its ability to erase it. And that question has become one of the most important scientific investigations of the 21st century. Because if scientists can understand why the body slowly forgets how to repair itself, they may uncover one of the greatest secrets life has ever hidden. Can we ever stop aging? For thousands of years, humanity has searched for the same impossible dream: a fountain of youth, a magical elixir, a hidden secret that could stop time itself. Kings sent explorers across oceans searching for eternal life. Ancient alchemists spent entire lifetimes trying to create immortality. Stories were written, legends were born. But despite all our myths, aging continued, quietly, patiently, unstoppably. Today, our search has moved from myths to laboratories, from legends to genetics. The question is no longer whether humans dream of living longer. The question is whether biology itself can be understood well enough to change the future. The answer begins inside your cells. As the years pass, not every cell continues behaving normally. Some cells reach a point where they no longer divide. But unlike healthy cells that die and make room for new ones, these cells remain. Scientists call them senescent cells. Sometimes they are described as zombie cells, not because they are alive in the usual sense, but because they refuse to leave. At first, this may sound helpful. A damaged cell that stops dividing cannot easily spread its mistakes. In many situations, cellular senescence acts as an important defense against cancer. It is one of the body's protective strategies. But time changes the story. As senescent cells gradually accumulate, they begin releasing chemical signals into the surrounding tissue. These signals can influence nearby cells and contribute to chronic, low-level inflammation. Researchers believe this process may play a role in several age-related conditions. The body once used these cells as a temporary solution. Now, they may slowly become part of a larger challenge. Another transformation is happening inside your muscles. When you are young, your muscles recover quickly. You lift something heavy, you exercise, you rest, your body rebuilds, stronger than before. But as the years pass, maintaining muscle becomes more difficult. Scientists call this sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength with age. It does not happen overnight, it happens 1 year at a time. Standing from a chair takes a little more effort. Carrying groceries feels heavier. Climbing stairs becomes slower. The body is still trying to repair itself, but the repair process is no longer as efficient as it once was. Then there is the brain, perhaps the most extraordinary organ in the human body. Throughout life, your brain is constantly changing, learning, adapting, building new connections. Even in older adulthood, the brain remains remarkably capable of growth. This ability is known as neuroplasticity. It is one of the reasons people can continue learning throughout life. But aging also brings changes. Some neural connections become less efficient. Certain processing speeds may slow. Retrieving a name or a memory may take longer. This does not mean the brain has stopped working. It means it is changing, just as every other organ changes. The remarkable thing is that many older adults continue developing wisdom, creativity, emotional understanding, and problem-solving abilities throughout life. The aging brain is not simply declining, it is evolving. One of the greatest surprises in longevity research came from places known as the blue zones. These are regions of the world where unusually high numbers of people live into their 90s and beyond, often with relatively good health. Researchers studying these populations noticed recurring patterns: regular physical activity woven naturally into daily life, strong family and community connections, nutritious eating habits, adequate sleep, a sense of purpose, stress-reducing routines. No single habit explains exceptional longevity. Instead, it appears to be the combined effect of many small behaviors repeated over decades. Once again, biology tells the same story. Health is rarely created by one extraordinary decision. It is built through thousands of ordinary ones. Meanwhile, inside research laboratories around the world, scientists are asking an even bigger question. can aging itself be slowed? One promising area of research focuses on removing senescent cells. Experimental medicines called senolytics are being studied for their ability to selectively target certain senescent cells in animal models and, increasingly, in carefully designed human studies. The research is exciting, but it is still developing. Another field explores stem cells. Could they help repair aging tissues more effectively? Scientists are investigating their potential for specific diseases and injuries, but many questions remain about long-term safety and effectiveness in broader anti-aging applications. Then there is gene editing. Technologies such as CRISPR have transformed biology by allowing researchers to make precise changes to DNA in certain contexts. Today, CRISPR is being studied for treating inherited diseases and understanding the biology of aging. It is a powerful scientific tool, but it is not a cure for aging itself. Not yet. Artificial intelligence is opening another frontier. Modern AI systems can analyze enormous biological datasets far faster than humans alone. Researchers are using AI to identify new drug candidates, study proteins, and uncover patterns that may have taken decades to discover using traditional methods. Rather than replacing scientists, AI is becoming another instrument in the search to understand why we age. Yet, despite these extraordinary advances, no one has discovered a way to stop aging entirely. And perhaps that tells us something important. Aging is not caused by one broken part. It is the result of countless biological systems changing together over time. There is no single switch to turn off. Imagine an old library. Some books have worn covers. Some shelves need repair. A few lights flicker. The wooden floor creaks. No single problem explains the building's age. It is the accumulation of thousands of tiny changes across many years. The human body is much the same. Aging is not one event. It is a conversation between genes, cells, proteins, the immune system, metabolism, and the environment. Every day, they negotiate. Every day, they adapt. Every day, they continue writing the next chapter of your life. Perhaps the greatest misconception about aging is that it represents failure. It does not. Every wrinkle tells the story of skin that protected you from sunlight, weather, and time. Every gray hair marks countless cycles of renewal. Every scar is evidence of healing. Every birthday represents another year your heart continued beating. Another year your lungs continued breathing. Another year your brain continued creating memories. From that perspective, aging is not simply decline. It is survival made visible. The remarkable truth is that every person alive today comes from an unbroken chain of ancestors stretching back billions of years. Every generation survived long enough to create the next. Every cell inside your body carries that ancient history. The ability to grow, to adapt, to repair, to heal, even to age. All of it was passed forward through countless lives before yours. Maybe that is why aging feels so deeply human. It reminds us that time is moving, that moments matter, that opportunities are limited. And perhaps that limitation gives life much of its meaning. If every day lasted forever, would any day truly feel precious? Science continues searching for ways to help people live longer, healthier lives, not simply by adding years, but by adding healthy years. Years filled with movement, curiosity, conversation, adventure, purpose. The goal is not merely to extend life. It is to preserve the quality of the life we already have. So, can we ever stop aging? Based on what science knows today, not completely. But we are learning more about aging than at any other time in human history. Every year brings new discoveries, new questions, new possibilities. Perhaps one day, future generations will look back on our understanding of aging the way we look back on ancient medicine, as only the beginning. Until then, the greatest gift we possess is not immortality. It is the extraordinary ability to live, to grow, to learn, to love, to change. Because perhaps aging is not a disease waiting to be cured. Perhaps it is the price life pays for the extraordinary privilege of existing at all. And maybe the greatest mystery isn't why we grow old. The greatest mystery is how billions of tiny cells came together to create a single life.